Would you like a key to freedom? If you knew you were living in an invisible cage and someone offered you the key, would you unlock the door? I use the symbology of the key, and if you see this crystal, if you're wondering what's going on with the key, what's up with that, have you gone loco? What's going on? I will explain. So come on, sit down, grab your coffee, cup of coffee, tea, water, juice, drink, whatever you have. Let's have a talk. Let's have a good talk. I'm gonna have a heart-to-heart talk with you today. You ready? Come on. This is the real deal. Real. How many times have you heard this? Saying, you are not your mind, you are not your body, you are not your emotions. You are your soul, your spirit, your energy. You are God. You are blah, blah, blah. Right? But have you actually proven it to yourself? Proven it? Or do you just say, yes, I've heard that? Things make you go, I want to share with you a really big, I want to say hurdle or block or interesting thing that I noticed that came up for me last week, and it was amazing. Again, I had a meditation. One thing that came up was on the subject of awareness. I also had watched a video recently by Abraham Hicks, Law of Attraction, Esther Hicks, Abraham, whatever you want to call it. And one of the things she said really quick in a suggestion once when someone was asking a question was, notice not what you're feeling necessarily, but what is the feeling that you're looking for 2 days. Now I did it for one, and 1 day was enough. Just like those drug commercials. One is often enough. That was fine for me. Boy, did it send my hamster wheel of a mind. How many thoughts we have in a day, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. But the emotions, I've always needed the thoughts one. I know that I can get into a clearer place with that, talk about that. But emotions was an interesting one, even though I know we're not our emotions either. It still was enlightening to see what does that really mean we're not our emotions. Prove it. Prove it to yourself. That's nice. Prove it. So what I did, literally, and I chose a day when it was a regular day, busy day, where I was still doing things through the day, and I noticed, what is the feeling I'm looking for? What is the feeling I'm looking for? I know you're probably thinking, you just want to be loved. Just love me. Yeah, partly there. Right? But that wasn't the only emotion that we're looking for. I think we're a little more complicated than just the love. Not complicated. We could say multidimensional. We'll use that word today. Now, what I'm speaking of is I wrote down, literally, I kept a small little journal about the size of my hand. That was purple. And someone gave it to me for free, and I thought, all right, let's dive in. Let's really see this awareness. If I'm going to be aware, then let's be aware of myself. Know thyself. So what I did is I literally noticed throughout the day what it is, the feeling I'm reaching for in different experiences. I went for lunch. I went to store to try and buy things. I was walking. I was at home. I was, your life, your work. I would choose a day when you're work. You can try this and write down what is the feeling that I'm looking to feel. What is the feeling I'm reaching for? I noticed there were 40 feelings. 40 feelings. I'll give you just a few examples. Love, clear, freedom, revolutionary. What else would I say? Would be, you get the idea. There were a ton. Now after that, I narrowed it down the next day to 20. And then from 20, I noticed which ones I was feeling. So if I felt it more than once, I would write it down again. And I noticed I narrowed it down to the top 4 segments of emotions. So there was 3 or 4 different sections, and there were the top ones. One of them again being free and clear. And my mind was having a really hard time with this, even though I knew this. I was struggling for days, and I noticed my productivity went. But I recovered, and we're in a new week. Thank God, I'm feeling so much better today. And I really try to figure out, okay, so if I know I'm not my emotions, why am I reaching for all these things? Now you're human. You got different chemicals going on in your body. So give yourself a break. But we are not what we feel. Even though I'm feeling excited right now, I know this is not the fullness of me. How do I know that? Because I felt so many things in the day. I saw it on a piece of paper. That's why putting pen to paper, you can call that old-fashioned. It's because you get to see it. For real. If you want to do this on your smartphone, you can do that. But make sure that you see this results and you make a report. You got to track it and make it real. And it made me go, God, I do not want to do a mood tracker, because that makes me go, if there's this many emotions a day, that's reacting, that's not creating. Right? You can still create and notice when you are feeling good. Recommend doing that, fine. But the feeling escapes you. If there's 40 plus feelings you're feeling a day, so how do we transcend that? Well, we choose the feelings, we can go general, and choose what we want to feel, and that can have many sensations instead. So I'm calling a sensation instead of feeling. What does that look like? Sensation is energy. Talk about this in a workshop I've given on my book, Easy Enlightenment, Transform Your Life in 30 Days. Give them a quick plug there, because it's about making this real, making something that you can reference and come back to, that you will remember this message not just a week from now, a month from now, but from a year from now. Or if you don't, that's cool too. But I want it to be something that, let's be real and let's make this happen. Like, I think sometimes about, books that people have read back in the 90s or 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and how much are they living it now? Some of them, yes. And it's hard to make a generalization for everybody, but it's easy to decide if you make this something that is 100% real, really diving in, and it takes courage to do that. And I know that you have that courage, whoever you are. Even if you're sitting on the couch, you have a hard time getting out that door, you have depression, or you feel super excited and you're a successful business person. I speak to all of you that we can still be aware of our emotions. Again, Abraham Hicks says, whatever it is you want in your life, you wouldn't be going for it if you didn't think it would make you feel good. Right? Because if that wasn't true, then stop everything. If you know that you control how you feel and it's not based on an action, there's your power, there's your freedom. Not based on if somebody loves me or not based on this, not based on that. That is freedom. So I value, personally for me, you got to find out for you, being free and clear and going, these emotions, I notice them, I use my emotional guidance system to let me know when something feels right and it doesn't feel right for me, sure. But I know beyond those feelings that your connection to whatever you call it, energy, to what other words could I create? Remember, words are created. Some words like LOL didn't exist 30 years ago. We made them up. Just a reminder that. Why am I saying that? Because it's a reminder that it is not necessarily real. It's something that a society collectively agrees and creates. So you notice it, then you go, okay, I see you happiness, I see you sadness, I see you anxiety, okay. And then you make more effort to connect to all that is. That's all I'll say, all that is. There are many ways to do that. You can meditate. You can literally stop. Now freeze. Even do it when you're feeling good, not just when you're not feeling good. And go, oh, okay. And remember that I am so much more than that. I am not my feelings. I do not let that dictate my life no more. Here's the emotion part. Going, yep, I've known it, and now I see it. Now you see your emotions and you see that it doesn't have to control you anymore. That you are clarity, freedom, whatever you want to call it. That is the power. Think of the movie The Matrix. It was on yesterday on TV and it reminded me, even though there's some interesting things in that movie. Another subject, another day. What I will say is that, again, The Matrix has you and talks about free your mind. And the emotions, same thing. Free your heart, free your emotional way. I feel sad, I feel happy, I feel this. Every time we ask, how are you feeling? But it's so much more than that. What's your state? The point is to be what you want to be. In your heart, okay, great. Go to the heart, your center, whatever you want to call it. And being that person, being that clarity, That's the key, is being. How am I being? How is my being today? Human being, being good, being clear, being free. So try it. Try, if you want, for one day, notice, okay, what feeling am I looking for? Not necessarily what feeling am I having right now, because it's still creating. What is the feeling I'm looking for? And you can still create those feelings if you want. It doesn't mean feelings are bad. Feelings are bad. I'm not saying they're bad, but I think we've been lied to. And it's not even necessarily always lied to. Some of it, yes, is for control, because if you're always chasing the feeling, same as the thoughts, chase, 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 chase. It's like the cliches, within, yeah, but it's also without, with your eyes open, living life. So try it. Try for a day, noticing the feelings that you feel, and then declaring for yourself, and really seeing, okay, I've seen my emotions, I've seen you. I dived in and I sent you love, and I see you, I brought you over for tea. Okay, now it's time is done, and thanks for coming to me, but it's like, imagine a friend comes by, and you don't really want to talk to them right now. You're like, thanks, but I'm a bit busy right now. And that's all you say to the feelings. Thanks, I feel you, it's not ignoring you, yep, see you, thanks, great. And then you go back to your place of clarity and true freedom. And with that, I'd love to hear what feels true and free to you. How do you feel feelings play a part in who we are and what we are? And what's freedom look like with mastering your emotions?